Hello everyone and welcome to today's Introduction to Blender tutorial. Hopefully you've downloaded Blender and you're ready to begin. This version is one of the newer versions. It may not be the exact same one as you, but it's similar. Alright, let's get started. By default you start out with a cube in Blender. It's what's known as a primitive. So I'm going to get rid of the cube. I'm going to create a sphere. So to do that in Blender, I hit the X key. When you hit the X key, it brings up the dialog to delete. This is one of the shortcut keys that you can use in Blender. Now I'm going to add a sphere. So I do add, mesh, and UV sphere. Because the sphere isn't big enough for me, I want to make it larger. I'm going to use another key. I'm going to use the S key. So hit S. You'll see the arrow. This stands for scale. Scale out the object and make it larger. Now as you can see, it has a sort of hexagonal, polygonal, I don't know, you could see inside the little ridges. We want to get rid of those, so we want to smooth it out. So on the left hand side I go over and I click on smooth. That allows me to smooth. Now if I want to move it around, I can hit G, which is grab. So hit G and you can see you can move it anywhere you want. And then just put it back and left click. Now in Blender you have a couple different things. You have your camera, which I'm going to right click, which selects something, and you also have your lighting. Again, I right click to select it. Those are part of the things that you use in Blender. So for now, since this is your first lesson, all we're going to do is add some color to the sphere. So to do that, first I want to rescale it down a little smaller. So I hit S and I scale it down. Next thing I want to do is I want to add color. Color is a material. So we come over here and we choose our materials. And you can see there's none chosen. So I'm going to click on new. And then to choose my material, I'm going to come down here under diffuse and click that. When I left click it, up comes my dialog for colors. I have red, green, or blue. If I want, I can use that. I also have the hexagon base 6 colors. And I have the eyedropper. So I'm just going to click on a color that I like. I'll go with blue. And you can see it added as material. Now to give the name to the material, you can just double click it in here. And we can call it blue. Okay, in addition to what we have for our material for our sphere, we also want the background of the world. We want to give that a color. So to do that, we simply go to the globe. Once we're in the world, we go on our horizon color and we click on it, and this is the color of the horizon or the background. On your right hand side you can make this lighter, so I'm going to make it a lighter and I'm going to choose a light blue. Now I won't see it initially, but when I go to render it I will see it. So I'm going to click on the camera, and this is where we render. We add the special effects, and this occurs in what's known as rendering. So I'm going to click on render, and you can see my sphere is rendered. And in other words, the background color is added, the lighting is added, the camera angle, and you can see there's some shadow. And now I just want to save this image to my desktop. So I do image, save as image, go to my desktop, and you can see it's a PNG file, and I'm going to call it Blend1. So I'm going to call it Blend, B-L-E-N-D for Blender, and 1 for my first one. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. Hit save as image. And that's it for the first tutorials. You should be able to see. Yes, I'm ready to quit. You should be able to see it on your desktop. And there it is.